Good day everyone. Today I am going to be demonstrating on how we can boost our productivity while doing some data analytical tasks in Google Sheets with the help of ChatGPT. For this video, I am going to be using the same dataset, which is the fuel consumption dataset obtained from Kaggle, which I have used in my previous video where I have explored on how we can use ChatGPT to solve a multiple regression problem. So let's dive into it. I've opened the dataset in my Google Sheets. You can see it has a few variables: the make, the model, the vehicle class, some few attributes, and some matrices. Now, say I want to find out for which car manufacturer has produced the most number of variants. So I can simply do this by adding a pivot table. Let me add it into a new sheet. I will rename this as PVT make. Just drag the make into the row section, and I will drag the vehicle class into the value section. The count is there, and you can see it gives me a nice distribution of the variants for each make. Now, if I want to visually represent this data to do my analysis, I can do this by using a column chart. Let me remove the subtotals as I want the comparative analysis and not with the subtotal with the grand total. So I insert a chart. It has given me a pie chart. All I need to do is change it into a column chart to make it more visually representable. And I will just go to customize series and add the data labels. And you can see now it gives me a nice distribution which is easily visually representable. And I can find out that Ford has manufactured the most number of variants. Now say if I want to do a little bit deeper analysis, I want to find out for each make, for which subclass of that make the most number of variants were produced. So how can I do that? Let me add another pivot table to demonstrate this. I add a pivot table, PVT make class, copy the make, and I copy the vehicle class underneath it, and I copy the vehicle class and drag it into the value section. I remove the subtotals, and now you can see it has given me a nice tree view of each make and the subclasses under that make and the count of each. Now to visually represent this data, it becomes quite challenging, but Google Sheets has given us a nice tree map to visually see this data and do our analysis. However, the only problem is that it requires the data in a specific format. So Google Sheets requires that I have the data represented as follows. I need the parent class and the child classes below it, and you need to refer the parent class in the next column, and I do the sum of all the counts, and I need to then do this repeats for each and every parent class. Then I need to add the sum of all these counts for each parent class and then the total. So you can see if I had to do this manually, it could become quite cumbersome. So I decided to automate this task using something called an app script, which is like a macro if you are familiar with Excel. However, to write that function, it would take me some time. So I decided if I could use ChatGPT to do that for me. I tried writing the pseudocode in ChatGPT, and it didn't give me quite the desired results because I had to explain each and every minute task, like how I've explained here that I need the parent class and the child classes in this column, and I need the counts, and then I need to repeat this for each parent class. So the function was not quite accurate. So what I did was I went to Stack Overflow and got another function which gives me a similar kind of transformation for what I was looking for. The only thing is I had to make some modifications, and to understand this code would have taken me some time. So I pasted this code into ChatGPT and asked it to explain and comment each and every line of code for me. And it did a fantastic job, and it broke down the code into specific lines and explained what each and every line of code was doing. And this helped me understand the code in a couple of minutes. And I just needed to make one change. And the change I needed was that you can see the vehicle subclasses here, they need to be unique in a tree map view. So if I have a compact vehicle subclass for the make Acura, if that is repeated for another car, which is quite likely, it will not get represented properly. So I needed this one change. And after understanding this function quickly using ChatGPT, I will paste this function in my app script editor. I will just click files, I'll add a new script. It's loading. Yes, I will delete this. Just paste the function here. And all I need to do is just have a small change to change a single line of code here. I've changed here, but I'm actually appending the child class underscore with the parent class. So this combination will be unique. Say it will be compact underscore Acura or compact underscore Aston Martin. So it will be unique, and this will help my data get transformed in the proper format. Just need to change this to 188 because the function in Stack Overflow was written for only 10 rows. I need it for 188 rows. And let's go back to this. Go back to my pivot class table. I just will make one change. I will repeat the row label so it gives me a good view of all the makes and the vehicle subclass. Now let me run this function. Go back to my app script editor and I will run this function and let's see. Didn't execute. Let me try it again. Yes, it has started now. It's completed. I go back. Let me see. Yes, it has given me this beautiful classification of this data. And now I just need to Control Shift down and add a chart to represent this. By default, it is given a column chart, which is not readable as you see, but I just need to change this into the tree map view. And now you can see I get a nice tree map visual representation of my hierarchical data. I will copy this. I will add it to a new sheet and rename this as dashboard. Just paste it here and I will just try to make some small changes to make it more readable. I will go to the the tree map and change the font to 8 so I can expand this. Yes, and I will now just close this and drag it for the width of my screen. You can see this gives me a good representation. I can easily see that Ford has the most number of variants, then probably followed by Chevrolet and BMW, and under Ford the subclass pickup truck has 23 variants, and BMW has a compact subclass which has even more number of variants. So I can quickly analyze my data and see for each class, for each parent class, and for each make and each subclass, what are the distributions. So that's about it. If you'd like me to make more videos on how you can boost your data and analytical tasks using ChatGPT or some other tricks, please do let me know. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep making more videos that will assist you in your day-to-day tasks. Thank you.